Hello everyone, Will here with Will Folio, and today is going to be kind of a lesson on spreadsheets. I really love working with spreadsheets. I think they're a lot of fun and they're very powerful, and there are lots of features which most of them I don't use, but a lot of them I use. What I'm doing is developing a e-commerce store for my blog, and it's going to be integrated with the blog to kind of raise money to keep the blog going. So hopefully it's a success. And today I'm going to be showing you products that I'm going to be putting into the store. We're not going to actually put them into the store. I'm just going to show you some things that I do on the spreadsheet. So if you're not familiar with spreadsheets, you can kind of see what spreadsheets can do, and maybe learn some things, and you might want to start your own online retail and make some money for yourself, and maybe start your own business or something like that. So these products are electronics which I get from a drop shipper, and in another video I might show you how to find a drop shipper. There's places you can go. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, where they will refer you to drop shippers. They might have a database that has a bunch of wholesalers and maybe manufacturers or companies that distribute products, and a lot of them will drop ship. So maybe in a future video I'll show you how to do that. But in this video I'm just going to show you how to basically set up your workbook for your store. And I'm not even going to show you all the sheets just yet. I'll show you some of them, what I do, and basically we're going to be using a free open source shopping cart called Zencart, and I'll show you how to set up the Zencart in a video as well. And there'll be links to other videos in your player if you're watching this on YouTube, or on the blog if you're watching this on the blog. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you come to the blog and be a part of it. We have groups and broadcasts and live chats and things like that. So anyway, these are the products, and this is a CSV file. Oops. This is a CSV file that I get from my dropshipper that lists the products and all the product information. And it looks pretty good. How I did what I just did is I clicked right here in this top left hand corner. You click there, it highlights everything. And then if you move this, you put your cursor on that line, and it gives you a cursor that looks like that, and you can move and make the cell bigger. But if you highlight them all, it makes them all that size. If you double click it, it makes it the size of the longest entry in the cell, which I don't want to do that. So these are our products. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there are 662 products, not 600. These are the numbers right here. There's not 663 products, because the first line is the labels for the different columns. There's 662 products. And I'm not necessarily going to put them all in there, because there might be something wrong with the information. Something might be missing, and I would have to delete that product. But the first thing I want to do is freeze this frame. So I go there, I highlight the frame, and I go to, actually I'm new at Excel, well, new at Excel 2016. I forget how to freeze that frame. Page layout. What I can do, if you don't know how to do something in Excel, what you can do is go online search for it. Freeze top row in Excel. Select the row, click View tab on the ribbon, select Freeze Panes command, and choose the freeze panes from the drop-down menu. The rows will be frozen in place as indicated by the gray lines. So, reviews, no views, view, freeze panes. Freeze top row, that's what I want to do. So now, as you notice, as I scroll down, this top row stays visible. That's what I wanted. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on this column, right click, and click on Insert. And this column I'm going to call Product ID. When you when you insert things into the database, it's going to oftentimes want a product ID. So we have to create one. And even if your product information comes with a product ID, I wouldn't use that product ID. I'd create one yourself. So this one, since I'm using several sources for products, like this one is for electronics, and I'm using another source to sell vaporizers. I want to have some kind of schema in terms of creating the product ID. So there's probably I'm going to call this 1001, and then in my vaporizers the first product will be called 2001. So put a 1002 here. Highlight both of them by dragging your mouse over them, and put your mouse cursor on the bottom right hand corner of the bottom cell until you see a crosshair, and double click it, and it fills it down, and it also transposes the numbers. Excuse me. Summertime is coming here in Arizona, and I often get allergies during that time. I'm sorry. But as you can see, the last one is 1,662. That means we have 662 products. The next thing I want to do is make sure that I have product images for everything. Now this one gives you a URL, and in a future video I'll show you how to scrape images off the site, because Zencart doesn't take URLs that I know of. They might in the newest version, but not that I know of. In fact, I could go online and find out. Does Zencart take image remote images? Upload images not showing Zencart. Search results. It probably doesn't. It never has before, and it probably doesn't with the newest version. So, in fact, what we could do is, I could show you right now because it'll only take a few minutes. If you're using Linux, this program is built right into it, but if not, you want to download GNU's wget. Download wget. The source code for click here for the download information. Windows binaries. click any one of those. Complete package except sources. Okay, so let's see what it downloads. Oh, downloads the setup program. Okay. And my internet connection is a little bit slow. I am using DSL and it's a slow connection. Let's run it. But I will be tomorrow. I'm getting cable internet. That's fine. It's from GNU. Welcome wizard. Accept. Program files, GNU 132. Let's browse this. That's fine. Binaries documentation, that's fine. GNU 132 wget. So it's installing. And let's see here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I probably should have installed it in a more accessible place. Program files. Now what we want to do is come back to our Excel and click on the top row, shift, click on the bottom row, copy, come to, I had Notepad already open, so paste this into Notepad, and that's not right. What we want to do is fix some of this stuff. Let's just remove this product because it's not right. This one doesn't have an image. Okay, so this doesn't have an image. Let's remove that. This doesn't have an image. Remove that. This doesn't have an image either. Neither does this. Go through them all. Now there's a faster way to do this. Click on this, go to Data, Filter, and then a little drop-down menu comes. And click the Select All to deselect everything, and just click on blanks. And these don't have images. So go through them again in case there was some information in those cells that wasn't blank but was not an image. Just scroll down. If you have thousands and thousands and thousands of products, this may take a little bit of time. You got to take the time to do it. So now what we're going to do is copy that, Control A, Control V, and we're going to do a save as. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Shoot, I just screwed that up. That's okay. List, I'll call it list.txt. In fact, all you need to do is call it list. Come down to our Power Sales folder and save it there. Now what we're going to do is going to say wget-I. I forget what the I stands for. You can always go online and look at wget commands and stuff like that. Now list.txt. Program can't start because missing from your computer. Try reinstalling the program. Okay. I guess what we need to do is this is working differently in Windows than it does in Linux. What we need to do is take our Power Sales folder, actually C users will no wait. Okay. Folio. Let's see what our path is. Okay. So what we need to do is find the path of where bin. wget-I and then the path. Make sure it's the backslash. Okay, now it's downloading the files. It's downloading all the images. So there's 600 and whatever images. And if you go to, even if it's in the middle of downloading it, you could go to the folder and, okay, it's not downloading it to there. Okay, it's in users, your name, app data, local, virtual store, program files 86. What I did was I searched for the file name in the C drive, and it searched the entire C drive for the file name, and I clicked open file location. So what I'm going to do is Control A, Control X, then I'm going to come over to the folder that I want to put it in, which is Power Sales, and then I'll paste it. So there's our images. So we got our images cleaned up. The next thing we want to do is redo our product IDs because we deleted some of them, so fill them down again. Now we want to work on, you can do this in any order, but what I'm going to work on next is images. So I'm going to rename this particular spreadsheet Master, and I'm going to save it as, I'm going to save it as a workbook. I'm going to click this plus sign and create a new spreadsheet. I'm going to take my my product IDs. I'm going to take the product name and the image. I wonder if I can copy this simultaneously. Yes. Okay, so the images are going to be, take this and go to data, and then I want text to columns right here, and delimited characters such as commas or tabs separated each field, fixed width. No, it's not, it's delimited. Alright, it's delimited. So we want, all we want is the slashes, the forward slashes. And see how that separates them? Like that? And this is all we're going to keep. I don't need to do that. Okay, so now we're going to come down here, scroll down to make sure that they were all delimited in the same way, so that you don't have different cells in the row that have images. They're all in the same column. Okay. And delete. And call this images. And now we're going to call this concatenation. It's going to be the image path. So we're going to do a formula. Equals, to start the formula, always use an equal sign when you're using an aggregated function. Concatenate, parenthesis, and I'm going to do a quote because I want actual text. Name of the folder, slash, quote, comma, and then click on the C cell, C2, parentheses, and that's what it looks like. This is what our path is going to look like. If you have a different hierarchy, then you'll have to figure out how to do that, but this is how we're doing it here. So now we'll fill it down, and as you fill it down it transposes, like this says C3, this says C4, this says C5, and it's referencing this cell. Okay. So the next, that's images, and we'll label this sheet images. I double clicked it on the name and to rename it. Now we'll do categories. So it says category 1, category 2, category 3. Those are, it's like a hierarchy of categories, a taxonomy. And category 3 looks empty, so I'm going to delete it. So we basically have two levels of categories. So like this is digital imaging and then cameras, home office, phone and fax, accessories and supplies. So what I'm going to do is create the hierarchy in the categories worksheet. And then what I'm going to do is assign a category number to each product. So first thing I want to do is go to categories, click on filter to remove this filter, then click filter again, then click advanced, and click unique records only. Uh-oh. Something's happening. Filter, advanced. Why does it zoom down? I want 01 to 0650. Unique records only. And it disappears. That's why. I had to scroll up. How silly. Okay, so this is a list right here of all the different categories in category 1. It took away the duplicates and just left unique category names. So I'm going to highlight this, Control C, go to the categories worksheet, again, Control C, Control V. Okay, I'm going to make this bold, Control B to make it bold, and I'm going to label this column category ID. Just like we have product IDs, we have category IDs. There's also a parent ID. So you have categories inside of categories. The parent ID is the category in which this category is inside of. Well, this is a top category, so it's not inside of any category except the root category, which doesn't even show up in the store. So the root category is 0, so I'm going to label this category 101 or 1001, 1002, and then these are going to be 0, category 0. So we'll come back here, remove the filter, and put a filter on here. So we'll put, these are the subcategories. If you hear my fan banging around, I'm sorry about that. It's really hot in here, so it's Arizona. My roommate doesn't want to turn on the air conditioner yet, so. The next thing we need to do is put numbers on these. So ended at 1011, 1012, 1013. Uh-oh, one of the products doesn't have a category. I have to delete it. Which one is it? Video games and toys. No, I don't want to delete that. That doesn't need a subcategory. Okay. So now what we have to do is do the parent categories. So we'll remove the filter. And this we're going to do a function called VLOOKUP. And what it is you're going to look up the thing you're going to look up. You're going to reference that first and just click on it, comma. Then you're going to do a range. But the range is going to reference to the right, so we have to do a choose. Comma or colon, curly bracket, 1, comma 2, curly bracket, this range. And to keep it from transposing when we fill down, because we don't want these numbers to transpose, we're going to put dollar signs, and that tells it not to transpose it, to keep it the same for every cell it fills down to. Okay, comma, and this one. Parentheses, comma, and this is 1, this is 2, and it's going to look up what we reference, A15, in P, column P, and then reference it to column O. Column P is 1, column O is 2. So I'm going to put a 2 there, and a 0 for exact match. Otherwise, a 1 would be a similar match. That's not good enough. Okay. Now, we'll push enter, and that's what we come up with, but that's not what we want. We want a number, so we need to put another VLOOKUP nested into it. Go to the beginning where the equal sign is, type VLOOKUP again, And what this VLOOKUP and choose function comes up with, that's what we want to look up in here. So what we'll do is we'll click right here and hold down Shift and click here for the range between A2 and B12. Let's put our dollar signs so that it doesn't transpose. And since column A is 1, column B is 2, I'm going to put a 2. And then a 0, and then a parentheses. And there's our number. Now this didn't get transposed down, so I'll transpose that down now. So there's a total of, I think, 41 categories. So we'll transpose this, or we'll fill that down, and that's referencing these categories, these parent categories. So that's how you do the categories. The next thing we want to do is manufacturers. And that's really simple. All we're going to do is create another sheet. Oh wait, before we do manufacturers, let's do category images. Categories can have images too. So all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to make these have images because well, maybe I should. We'll see what happens when I do. I'm going to do a VLOOKUP equals VLOOKUP, reference this, and I'm going to do a choose. One, comma, 2, curly bracket, comma, and it's category 1. Comma, and product ID. And then I'm going to go ahead and have that, parentheses, comma, 2, comma, 0, parentheses. I'm going to have that looked up. In the images. I'm going to take the concatenation. A, B, C, D. D is the fourth row, or fourth column. So comma 4, comma 0. And there's the image path for the category. So all it did was it took the category name, looked it up in the master sheet and referenced it to the first product number, because this has multiple products attributed to it, but it just takes the first product number it finds, then matches that with the concatenated image path in the images sheet. So we'll fill that down, and we'll actually fill it down all the way. Oh no, we don't want to do that. I'll tell you what, let's copy this, hit escape, come down here, push Control V, and we're doing the choose O. Let's change the O to P. And hit enter and see what happens. Nope, that didn't work. A2, A15. There, now we got the images. All we did was change the references. So at first we referenced A2, and then it transposed down to A12. The rest of it didn't transpose. Stayed the same because it has the dollar signs. But at first we were looking in column O where category 1 was. But for these we need to look in column P where category 2 is. We change this to A15, which is what this is, to start there. And we'll fill that down. So now we have our categories are done. Let's hit Control S to save. And we'll start on our manufacturer sheet. And this is really simple. All we're going to do is copy the manufacturers. And it's good to just have this on a sheet. We could do a manufacturer's image if our Zencart template will allow that. So let's put the manufacturer's image in there anyway. So this is a manufacturer. Manufacturer ID. Everything has an ID. How many manufacturers are? Oh, you know what we didn't do is we forgot to, let's Control A and delete it all, is we forgot to filter this. So filter, advanced, unique records only. Okay, so these are the unique records. Only one of each manufacturer is listed. This doesn't have a manufacturer. That's okay, we'll still have the product. Control C, Control V. Alright, let's come back here and remove the filter. Okay. Delete this row. So there's 60 manufacturers. It's quite a bit. Okay. Manufacturer, we'll make these bold. And stretch it out, and manufacturer ID. Manufacturer image, what we're going to do is a VLOOKUP. A2, comma, and then I'm going to get rid of the master. Choose, curly brackets, 1, comma, 2, curly brackets, dollar signs, and choose the manufacturer's column. Now we're going to do the product ID column. dollar signs, actually parentheses, comma, 2, comma, 0, and then we're going to do another VLOOKUP inside of it. So we're going to look at this, what this comes up with, we're going to look it up in our images, and just pick a product of what some product that manufacturer manufactures. So comma 4, comma 0, parentheses. Alright. So that's manufacturers. Now the last thing we're going to do is pricing. We're going to take our product ID, our product name, our price that they're selling it to us at, and the map price. There is no MSRP, manufacturer's suggested resale prices there. No, they didn't come up. Control C, Control V, now what we're going to do is call this Calc 1. And all we're going to do is mark up everything 20%. Something really simple. An equal sign, click on what you want to mark up, which is the first one, and times 1.2. Let's format the cell. So format it as a number, 2 decimal places, and fill it down. Next thing we're going to do is to make sure we're not going over the map or under the map price. So if parentheses this is greater than this, comma, then you choose the map price if it's greater. Otherwise, choose this, C2, parentheses. Oops. Okay. Map test. Okay. And fill it down. Oops, we forgot to format the cell. Number, 2 decimal places, and fill it down. Okay. If it's 0, you can sell it as low as you want. So I'm scrolling down to see if, so this is 48, 49. Oh, you know what? I didn't do that right. I don't want it to be C2. If D2 is greater than C2, no. I want it to be E2. Change that to E, because E is the first test price. Alright, fill that down. See how that changed? Okay. Let's see here. You know, I know how to do math and stuff, and know how to do this stuff. I make a lot of stupid mistakes all the time. I wonder if you do. You can leave a comment if you do. 61.80. So the map price is 59. 148. No, I'm not going below the map price. Okay. Now I need to see if I'm making a profit. Now this particular drop shipper does not charge for shipping, so I don't need to include that in the price. So calc 1 minus, and column C minus, I'm going to include all my costs. This calc 1 times 0.03 is probably what my merchant account holder is going to charge. And that's it. Maybe 30 cents minus 0.30 cents. Either 25 or 30 cents or something like that. So that's my projected profit. I want to format number 2 decimal places. I'm going to make the negatives in red and just scroll down to see if there's any. I'm making 88 cents off of this. It's okay as long as none of them are red. Okay, so that's how you set up your worksheets for your store. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to populate the tables for the database to put in the store. And be sure to watch the video on how to install Zencart and how to install a theme. And then you'll watch this video, and then you'll watch continuation of this video, how to populate the tables and put them into the database, and then you'll have your store.